Tansei, welcome to Métis Minute, your source for Métis news in Region 7. Tansei, my name is Samantha Loney and I am your host. Today we are bringing you a very special episode of Métis Minute that concerns Métis art. I don't need to explain to most Métis people the importance of art to our community. Louis Riel said, "My people will sleep for 100 years, and it will be the artists who bring them their spirit back." It has been well over 100 years, and it is about time that we start celebrating Métis artists. When you think of Métis artists, the first name that comes to mind is probably Christy Belcourt. We interviewed Christy Belcourt on the Traveling Métis podcast. You can check that out. For those of you who don't know who Christy Belcourt is, Christy had pioneered the use of dots in paintings to mimic beadwork art. This was the first time that pointillism, or dot art, or beadwork art, depending on who you talk to and how you want to refer to it, was used in the Métis context. Now that happened in the early 90s. It's been almost 30 years and there are so many more Métis artists that are walking around that you might not know. And that is why the Kooshkopayiw Métis Arts Council is doing a series of art crawls throughout the Métis Nation of Ontario. The point of Kooshkopayiw and the Métis Nation of Ontario Art Council is to bring these Métis artists to the forefront. Kooshkopayiw is working on going region to region to bring you Métis art. Of course, Métis people are encouraged to come out and celebrate the artists of their community, but these art crawls are also for non-Indigenous people to come and meet the Métis artists in your area. The first event for this art crawl was held here in Region 7 in Gravenhurst at the Muskoka Discovery Centre. We were able to attend this event, and let me tell you, I was able to see some familiar faces from the region, but there were also so many artists that I had never seen or heard of. These art crawls are going to have a big impact in our community to help us celebrate Métis art. I was able to attend this event and hear from President George Simard and other members of the Arts Council about why this event was so important. I even got the chance to talk to some Métis artists. So please enjoy Kooshkopayiw's first art crawl event celebrating Métis artists in Region 7.
Louis Riel said the artists will bring back the spirit to the nation, and that's what we are. That's our job. We are to make a platform for Métis artists throughout our homeland to exhibit, to become professional artists. That's our mission, and that's my personal mission.
A story about a Métis man that had a dream, and his dream came true. He was just a regular man that, wanted to do something for the Métis. His name is Marcel Lebel, and he made a canoe, and he made it from birch bark from scratch, using all the things that the early Métis voyageurs used when they made their canoes. And so Janique Lebel wrote this write-up about him. Lightning strikes a forest giant, a Métis artist sees more than just a damaged tree. He sees a mode of transportation, a piece of art. He sees his ancestors' legacy. Marcel Lebel is a descendant of the Algonquin and the French settlers. Being Métis, he was able to take the best of both worlds and become the link between the two cultures. After taking a spiritual journey across the country, Marcel was given dreams. In these dreams, his ancestors taught him the skills needed to make them a reality. His dream was to build something with incredible beauty and strength, a craft that has been instrumental in the discovery of this land and its indigenous people. The giant birch tree Marcel found in the forest of his hometown of Ottawa, Ontario, helped him with this task. This tree that had been struck by lightning became Nimki, lightning spirit. The 14-foot craft is made entirely of natural materials. Cedar, wood, birch and its bark, spruce roots, and gum. Nimki was forged surrounded by fields of sweetgrass on the shores of the Antoine Creek. This waterway leads to the Ottawa River, which Samuel de Champlain himself traveled centuries ago. This canoe is not only made of transportation, a mode of transportation, it is a piece of art, a historical tribute to those who made these works. Nimki is a vital part of this country's legacy. It helps in giving the ability to Canada's first people, including proud Metis, to ensure the vitality of our culture and the longevity of our heritage. Riel himself said that we would be the artists that would give new life to our traditions and culture. With the building of this canoe, Marcel has brought an important piece of our history back to the forefront. It is time for us all to embrace our differences and celebrate what makes us who we are, the Métis people of Canada. And I chose this little one because this information, because of all the boats and the wonderful landscape here in Gravenhurst. A beautiful, beautiful place. Everybody should be around us in Gravenhurst. Thank you very much.
Okay, next I'd like to introduce Mr. Jack Payette. He is the resident interpreter and Indigenous liaison for this beautiful building in Gravenhurst. And maybe Mr. Payette can say a few words.
Anin, bonjour. Welcome to the Anishinaabe lands of the Three Fires Confederation, the Potawatomi, the Ojibwe, Chippewa people, and the Odawa, or Ottawa people. We have quite a history, and I would hope that everybody has a chance to go upstairs to see the layout that's on display of our history of this area. I came here about 17, 18 years ago and learned how Gravenhurst became Gravenhurst, and was astonished that there was no history of Native people in that story. And so from that point until now, I was called back here about 17 years after last spring, and I was shown the display upstairs, and I haven't shut my mouth since. I look around, and when Anne was a curator here, she brought me upstairs. I didn't know that they were working on this place. And I went through, and I turned to Anne after she showed me through, and I said, wow, there's a lot of stories here. And she smiled. She says, I was hoping you'd say that. And so I've been telling my story since. But I'm so proud that I have this chance to say Anin to the Métis population, or Métis population in Ontario especially. Was here long before Louis Riel and the Métis were there. And our Métis population happened overnight, basically, over several nights, I guess. But it was the assimilation of the French with the Aboriginals of the area right from 1492 on. The whole population of Métis is part and parcel of the indigenous population. we're all equal. And I want to say thank you very much for inviting me.
You are so welcome. Yeah. And with that, I have the gift of tobacco. Sacred tobacco, acknowledging your presence, your guidance, and your spirituality that you're sharing with us. So I present this to you on behalf of Métis Nation Ontario and the Arts Council, Kooshkopayiw. Thank you so much, sir. Quickly, I'd like to have each participating artist just to come up and say their name, where they're from, and what they brought today. We need to know each other, we need to engage with each other, and we need to share more kindness and love. And we also need to build bridges with our Anishinaabe cousins, Mr. Payette and his group. It's very important that we build these bridges and make a strong community together with our Anishinaabe cousins. And so to me, that's very important.
He has literally created the spark that for the first time over 40 years has created events, cultural events, which are paradigm breakers. What happened in Midland, what's happening here today, which is the first of many art crawls. I want each of you, and I'm thanking you for being here, of all ages, and I want to say to each of you, get the word out, because this is going to be the first of many, and it's going to be visual artists, it's going to be musicians, it's going to be people who do podcasts. These people are standing here in the room today, and they are Métis citizens. We are all artists. And as a quilt artist, I'm humbled to be in this group. And full disclosure, arguably the most complex quilt on that wall in that corner is not mine, and I brought it for a reason. The one that has 30,000 pieces, the smallest of which are the size of your baby fingernail, that was made by a friend of mine who is now deceased, Helmut Koch. And she used to get scraps from her church, scraps from her quilt council, and she put that together. And I bought it as an archivist, so it have a safe home, and I bring it so that people can see it and enjoy it. One last thing. Artists are the path to healing. Artists connect us with our path, and artists show us the way to our future, so that the generations of silence and shame are going to be surpassed by new generations, young people who say, I'm Métis, I know what my culture looks like, and I am so proud to be here. And that is, in part, my goal. Thanks, George.
Patty Boulanger.
Today, with me, I brought my paintings. They're all pointillism. Trying to, showcase my heart on my canvas with my culture. So I hope you enjoy it.
My name is Christy Cameron, and I'm from Anakokan. It was a very long drive to get here. And I'm a visual artist. I like to use multimedia in my art, but my main material is acrylic on canvas. I like to tell stories with my art. I do a lot of history research, such as this closest one here by Simon Fraser's trip down the Fraser River when he was exploring the country for the fur company. So that's what I like to do.
Hi, Joe Jasper, I live in Gravenhurst, Ontario. I live on the traditional Huron Wendat lands. I've been beading since 1974. Come from a long history of Indigenous artwork, beaders. So, thank you.
I'm a sculptor. That's some of my work over there in the corner. I do figurative art in clay. And Mr. Tony Belcourt is in the Centre there, who is he's an ambassador with the Arts Council, and he's the member of Metis Ontario. So Tony's not here today, but he sends his blessings, his love, and you will see him in the future.
My name's Darlene Emerson, and I call my art Darlene's Spirit Art because it comes from my heart, my mind, my body, and my spirit. I came here today with my niece Amanda, and she does beautiful work herself. And also my other niece is here, Katrina, and because I was able to come is because of Amanda, because she gave me a ride, and I appreciate it so much. I come from Perry Sound. That's my area, and I work with acrylics, oil, water paint, beadwork, wood burning. I do all sorts of things. So I'm so happy to be here today and so grateful. And it's just been wonderful talking to everybody and getting to know everyone. It just makes my heart nice and warm. So I just wanted to tell you all that, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Thank you so much.
Oh, we got a whole trio.
My name is Faye, and my sister's name is called Sophie. We brought some fairies at our table and some crafts, stuff with nature.
My name is Vicki Jenkins. I'm with the Georgia Bay Métis Council. I am the reader. I come from Drummond Island, and thank you for having me today.
Hi, my name is Margarita, and I'm from the Georgia Bay Métis community. It's exciting to be here today. I've seen my contribution to Métis culture as mainly music for years. And in the last decade, I've moved into beadwork. I want to say that in regard to that quote by Louis about the artists awakening the community, that it's vital that we look at our own personal family stories for inspiration. After my mother passed away, I was moving some albums and it fell on the floor. I had never seen it before that I remembered, and I knew all the old family photos. And it's because of this that I have that, okay? And coming to feel, to live your identity. That's what I feel like I'm doing now. And we all have things like this. We have our family stories, and we need to look at them and honor them and share them, and they energize everybody else around us. So I'm very grateful to be here today. Thank you.
Hello, my name is a Métis woman who then gathers or collects it up. Or you can call me Diligent Harvester because it's simpler. I'm also known as Teresa Bucher, and the artwork that I've brought today is just a small sampling of what I do. I have been doing stuff since I was little, so congratulations to the others. They've got a bright future ahead of them. Today I brought beadwork. That's my mental health activity. I'm also a humanitarian by trade. So I do the beadwork to relax in the evenings.
My name is Karen Lediard. I am a Métis red cooker and mixed media artist. I also paint, but I haven't brought it with me today. In the last year, I've been studying Métis rugs and have been in contact with the David Dumont Institute and Margaret Harrison. And I will be teaching at the International Guild of Hand-Hung Rugs in September on the weekend of Truth and Reconciliation. It's something that's not heard of much, and I was quite surprised myself to find it in the Métis legacy. It's just a small little thing, so I started researching it, and so it's starting to go somewhere.
operate under the name Redwood Ranch Designs. I create block prints on different forms of media. I also naturally dye my fabrics so that I go out and harvest local flora and then dye the fabric.
The mission of the Art Council is to mentor, promote, and identify artists throughout the entire homeland of Ontario. And with that, we encourage you to participate in art exhibits we're going to have right across the homeland in the next year and moving forward after that. It's very important that you participate in these events and that you create a CV. It's a resume of artists, so you yourself can go to galleries, you can show your CV, they'll acknowledge your work, your dedication to being an artist, and that will open the doors for you as an artist. And that's our mission, because it's very difficult for these doors to be open. And with the support of the Métis Nation Ontario and people like Mr. James Wagner, we are able to provide a platform for you to exhibit and to further your CV. Okay, that's my personal mission, and with that, I want to send everyone kindness and love from myself and from our council. And we are the flower beating people. Okay? We are very important in this art movement. 32% of Indigenous people in this province, in this country, are Métis. Only 2% of Métis art is on the national level. That has to be changed. Our mission is to change that, and I encourage all of you to keep on participating, and I want you to grow with us and show your work right across this country, and be proud Métis artists. And for me, art just puts me in a positive space of my mind, and it's just a loving feeling. And everyone that's an artist here can understand that, and that's a wonderful thing in this chaotic world we have today, that's full of negativity and hate. I hate to say it, but it's there. And so our mission is to continue to grow as artists, spread kindness and love to everyone we come across. So with that, thank you, enjoy your day, and thank you once again for coming.
Hi, I'm Patty Belanger. This is my art. I'm here at the Muskoka Discovery Centre for this beautiful art crawl at the Kooshkopayiw Art Crawl that's happening here. This is our first one, and we're really very excited to be here. My art is acrylic on canvas. It's called pointillism, and it depicts different scenes of what comes from my heart, from my ancestors. So as you'll see, this one's called The Voyagers. I have different ones. One of my ancestor here, Silence. And the reason that I started doing this type of pointillism art is because I feel like it sort of meshes better with the whole Métis beading and stuff, which I'm also a beader. So it just kind of flowed from there. And so I've been making creations, trying to sort of depict beading in a way. So last year I went to the AGA in Ottawa, and that was when I first heard about the Kooshkopayiw Art Council, and that was when it was introduced. And I was like, I have to be involved with this because it just spoke to me so much. And to see the artists there and all the beautiful things that they did, and it just resonated so much with me. And so right away when I got home, I found George Simard and friended him on Facebook, and it's just been going from there. So I'm grateful to be part of the Kooshkopayiw Art Council, and I'm hoping going forward that I'll be able to be more involved and to bring art out of our community to the world and get artists out there.
Basically, this is my first beading project. I did this 3 years ago. I did it like a patchwork because the coat's so nice. I didn't want to ruin the coat. So what I did is I beaded patches on here, right? And then I sewed the patches onto the jacket just in case I ever wanted to take the beadwork off the coat and put it on another garment. I did this a couple years ago. It's basically tells my life story of going through the residential home system. I've been doing Indigenous artwork and beadwork since 1974. I used to do plaques out of barn board, and then I used to use Indian ink to draw the designs on them.
So my name is Marg Rayner from Georgian Bay community, and I've been doing this kind of beadwork for about 10 years now. I started off going to a workshop led by somebody that had been a student of mine. So the tables were turned. I learned basic beading, how to put the beads on paper. And it evolved into much more. I've learned recently that repetitive motion is an antidote for trauma and stress. And I really started picture beading when I went to do a master's program, and I was driving every week and coming home exhausted, but I loved it. And it would wake me up in the middle of the night. This is the one I did just before COVID. With every piece, I would learn something new. So it's been an exciting journey, and what I found is that I haven't found anybody else doing the same thing. So it seems to be distinct. This one here also is an image of the petroglyphs at Peterborough. So, like I said, every piece, there's something new, so it's exciting. That one picture I showed of my grandfather, it felt like it gave me permission. You know how you've got your feet in two worlds as a Métis, in the white settler world and in the Indigenous world, and who are you, right? As a Métis, you straddle both. So that photograph there of my grandfather, it was like it gave me permission to own something that I knew was in my family. It changed everything.
As I mentioned, this is only the first stop on Kooshkopayew's Art Crawl. If you're interested in continuing to crawl with these artists, the next event will be May 18th in Thunder Bay. If you're an artist or just an art appreciator and want to learn more about Kooshkopayiw Métis Art Council or any of these art crawl events, we encourage you to get in touch with the council for more information. Merci for watching, and we'll see you down the river.